Does your bathroom look like this and this, but you want it to look like this and this? Then this video is for you. In today's video, we're going to talk about items that you can use in your bathroom to elevate the look of it. Now, some of these items might be a little bit big and need more of like a contractor to do. Some of them, you can just do them by yourself. But the idea of this video is actually the same series that I've been doing for the past few months, how to elevate the look of your house, your interior. I did one for the kitchen, I did one for the backyard, and these are inspired by hotels. People have been complaining, well, who wants to live in a hotel? We want something that looks more like us, that looks homey. And listen, I don't have anything against that. The reason why I'm picking hotels is because hotels spend so much time and money. I keep repeating this. They spend so much time and money to make these spaces look nice because that's how they make money. Because let's say you're trying to book a room and then you're going through the pictures of a hotel and then the interior is not up to your standard or it's not very selling, then you're not going to stay there. And again, this has nothing to do with, consumerism or trying to like be somebody that you're not. This is just items that work in terms of a design because they use design principle, because they are elegant to look at, because they are just nice to have. Again, if you want to have your bathroom that looks like you with home sweet home or whatever you want, then that's your thing. But I'm telling you, this is what works in a lot of hotels because designers spend so much time and money, again, to have something like this. If you're interested, keep on watching. If you're not, please just exit out of the video. Okay, so I have about 10 items here that I want to talk about. So first, let's talk with the big item that's in your bathroom. And mostly it's the vanity. Now, you will see that in hotels and more of like recent bathrooms that have been designed, you see a lot of floating vanities, and floating vanities give this sense that the bathroom is bigger than it actually is. Now, granted, you're gonna lose some storage, but is the investment worth it? 100%. So you can go with like a big slab, a thick marble slab on top for the vanity itself, and then you can have like floating drawers, or you can have cupboards like this for the towels. Anything that's around this realm is gonna make your bathroom feel a lot bigger, whether that's your master bathroom or that's the powder, especially the powder rooms tend to be very small. So if you have small powder, you should definitely go for a floating vanity. So now let's move to the next item, which is wall-mounted faucets. Wall-mounted faucets are just gonna give the feel that you have given some thought to the bathroom before you started building it, because everybody has a typical sink mounted or counter mounted faucet that's like a no-brainer, that's the cookie cutter design. But if you have something that's wall mounted, then it just shows that you're a little bit different. And here are some examples that you can see. You can do one with the round ones, you can do one with just like the rectangular ones. They have plenty of designs, but it just adds a little that jewelry accessory that I've been telling you about. And I talked about something similar to this in the pot fillers when I was talking about kitchens. It's just that one thing that you see on the wall and you're like, oh, I didn't expect that there. That's a nice touch. Now let's move to the next one. The next one would be, this is a simpler one, would be hand towel hangers. And a lot of times people would have the hanger on the wall, especially for the hand towel one, and it's fine, you can do that, but sometimes it just adds a little bit more clutter. So you can have it integrated and built in. That's even better. And you can see some designs here. It just looks a lot more, for some reason it reminds me of like something French, something very romantic in a way. I don't know why, but that's the feeling it's given me. And you'll see most of these are again floating, because this style of hangers is not gonna go well with the typical cabinets that you see in the classical full-on cabinet vanities. You can see it here. This person, I just grabbed this picture from Pinterest, but you can definitely see this is a hotel. Like I can show you pictures and you will be able to tell me this is a hotel, this is not a hotel, this is a hotel, this is not a hotel, because they all have a certain style, and some of it works, and that's, I'm sharing with you the things that work, but some of it doesn't really work. So you just, again, grab what works for you and leave what doesn't work for you. It doesn't have to be like, well, if one thing doesn't work for me, then I don't even want to watch the video. Then like, don't have that mentality of all or none, or I think that's what it's called. It's called the mentality of all or none. Anyways, I think you understand what I'm talking about. So this one is similar to the hanger, but this is a body towel hanger, and a lot of time people would have the shower towels behind the door, and then you're trying to like open the door, and then because you have multiple towels, then the door is not closing, it's not opening properly, then it's just like more clutter. And if you can just have one that's like dedicated for the shower towels, then it's just chef's kiss. It because the eye, especially for the bathroom is so small, and like just the tiny little thing that you're gonna add to it, it's gonna show. It's not gonna go unnoticed. So that's why I'm trying to like have a spot for everything. That way you're just minimizing the clutter, because trust me, you're still gonna have clutter, so might as well minimize it. Now we're gonna talk about showers. For showers, I feel like people do different tiles on different walls and have accent walls, etc., etc. You can do that and it's fine. You can do the mosaic ones, you can do a lot of variations. But for me, at least, what I prefer is I prefer to have full slab walls, because in the shower I just try to minimize the grout. So the more grout, the grout is those lines between the tiles, the less grout you have, the better, because you don't have to like clean it. And I actually have grout in my shower, and it drives me nuts, because you know how I clean it? I clean it with a toothbrush, and I am like, I will never ever have grout in the shower. So next time I'm building my dream house again, I'm going full slabs. Or if it's too expensive, I know this is like full on marble walls that you see in Four Seasons, you see in the Ritz-Carlton. If that's too expensive, then try to go for like bigger tile, so that has less grout and less seams. Then oh my god, you're gonna save yourself so much cleaning to do. And I think it just looks very nice as a monochromatic look. Again, it looks elevated, it looks intentional, it looks sophisticated. If you want to do different tiles, then go for it. It's not like a no design that you shouldn't do. It's more of a maintenance and cleaning perspective and opinion. Now let's go to vertical niches and horizontal niches. Now this is again just one of those things for the visual clutter. A lot of times you can get one of those that you can just like drill and then hang on a wall, or you can have one of those that have a rod. But it's, when you have the more integrated designs you have, the more elevated your space is going to look. It's going to look like you gave more thought, that you thought this through, that you had a designer that was helping you with, and it's not like, oh, I just moved in, I forgot to put a niche, now what am I going to do? I'm going to buy one of those. So it just minimized the afterthoughts, and that's what really sells it as this super high-end look. And you can do, again, the vertical ones, or you can do a horizontal ones, and of course if you can have integrated LED in them, that's even better. And it just, again, looks like that ambient light, and it just makes you want to stay in the shower a little bit longer. So now let's move to the next point, which is glass partition. And I'm anti-clutter. You already know that by now. If I can remove the shower curtains from my shower, I would. However, I would advise against sliding glass doors, because I had a horrific story that happened to me. I had a glass sliding door here in my shower. One day I was taking a shower, I was trying to get out of the shower, and I tried to slide the door open, and I don't know what I did, and the door came out of the track and it fell on me, like literally a glass door that was like 6 foot by 8, and it fell on me, all glass, while I'm naked in the shower. And it actually cut me right here. I don't know if you can see, I have a cut right here, and I was terrified. The thing is, I was in the bathtub, and the bathtub, it was all full of glass, and I am naked without any shoes on or slippers, so if I lift a foot, I am gonna step on glass. I would never ever specify sliding glass doors. And when I go to like a hotel or Airbnb and they have a glass sliding door, I don't close it. I leave it open, because I'm like, what if I try to slide it and it's gonna come off the track and it's gonna fall on me? Like, I'm so traumatized. So I think you can still do glass, but as long as it's a fixed door, or it's a regular swing door, or it's a plexiglass, but just don't do sliding doors and avoid curtains. So that's my story with sliding doors. Now next, I'm gonna talk about framed vanities. I'm jumping back and forth between vanities and then showers and then vanities, but I just wanted to give it a little bit more variety. So this one is very nice touch. I don't see it very often, and I actually found a really hard time on Pinterest to find something that looks like this, but I've seen it before. And what I'm trying to talk about is this frame, and you see how the wood just continues up to the ceiling, and you can see here as well how the wood just goes up and wraps around the ceiling. And here, it's such a missed opportunity in this picture, is that they already have the cabinet that's going up, but it's not continuing. And let me show you what it looks like without it, because it just looks like something is missing. Like, why can I not delete this? But you can see here, you can see on the wall here and the ceiling, that it looks like something is missing, so it's a missed opportunity. If you have cabinets on the side and they go all the way up to the ceiling, then just turn it around and wrap it, and it's just gonna give it a very elevated look. Now let's move to the next point, which is pretty basic, but I still wanted to mention it. It's just tankless toilets. Tankless toilets, it's the same idea as the floating vanities, because they take less space, less clutter. You can clean easier underneath them, so you don't have to like go on the crevices and all that. So it's just another way to elevate your bathroom and give more space back to your bathroom. And another one, this is just a bonus one, is a waterfall shower head. I feel like people forget about this one a lot, but it's such a cheap way to get a very nice spa experience. Like in your shower, you can get them for like $100, $200. The price range can even go to $1,000. I even have a Breezo one here, but this just takes your shower routine to another level, and I cannot recommend this enough. Seriously, if you don't have a waterfall shower yet, get yourself one. You're gonna thank me for it. So pretty much that's everything that I wanted to talk about showers. I believe this video is going to be shorter than the other ones because of course bathrooms are a lot smaller and there's not a lot to do, but I just wanted to give you these quick tips that you can use today, or you can use if you're still in the process of building your dream home, or if you're in the process of renovating. Trust me, if you add these little things, you gonna get so many compliments in your bathroom, and not only that, you yourself gonna really enjoy using your bathroom. So I hope you learned a thing or two. If you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up, like, share, do all that stuff, and of course I'm gonna leave a PDF summary as usual that you can download, and you can keep these tips with you whenever you're designing. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. Bye.